Quincy Williams has had an incredible journey towards becoming one of the best linebackers in the NFL. He was a third-round pick to the Jags in 2019. They cut him before the 2021 season, and the Jets picked him up, and he's been a full-time starter for the last 3 years. He started off as more of a splash play linebacker. Whenever I'd watch the Jets defense, I'd always notice him making plays. But this year, he's turned into a consistent game-changing player. He leads linebackers in defensive stops, which is a tackle that results in an unsuccessful play for the offense. His missed tackle rate is at single digits for the first time in his career, and he's become an elite cover linebacker. And if I was picking a linebacker to play on my defense right now, the top 4 that I would pick would be Roquan Smith, Fred Warner, Demario Davis, and Quincy Williams. The number one most impressive part about Quincy Williams' tape to me is his ability to turn and run in man coverage, especially when the play breaks down and the offense gets into scramble drill. Right here, the Cowboys are running play action with a slide route from CeeDee Lamb across the formation. He covers up that first route. Dak Prescott has nowhere to go when he rolls out of the pocket, so then CeeDee Lamb extends his route to a wheel, starts to accelerate downfield. Quincy Williams has no problem turning and accelerating. There's just a half step of separation between him and the receiver. Dak tries to fit it into this tight window, but it ends up bouncing off of his shoulder pads. Here's another one from week 4. Again, the Chiefs are running play action. They're trying to leak Noah Gray out on this shallow cross, but Quincy Williams picks it up. And then again, the tight end extends his route upfield. Quincy Williams is able to keep up with him step for step. He watches Noah Gray's hands. Once he loads up to catch the ball, Quincy Williams shoots his hands up, breaks up the pass. Right here, he's got James Cook in man coverage out of the backfield. Nice job as Cook's opening up on this route to slide over and square up with him and establish even leverage. That way he's in position to stick with a break in either direction. You got these double posts from the 1 and the 2 to clear out the other coverage players, so it's just one-on-one down the sideline. Quincy Williams mirrors the route down the field. He's able to turn his hips and accelerate to full speed instantly, and then once again, perfect timing to get his hands in the passing window and force an incompletion. This play is probably the most difficult coverage assignment you'll ever see for a linebacker. He's in man coverage on Devontae Smith, who's lined up at running back. Another good example of mirroring the opening to this route, so he's staying square. Devontae Smith can't get easy separation just playing off of his leverage. He breaks inside on this Texas route. Quincy Williams does an incredible job keeping up with his break here, and if this ball wasn't thrown perfectly, he would have gotten a really impressive pass breakup. He just misses it, but he keeps his balance, makes an incredible open field tackle short of the sticks. The Jets play the most cover 4 and cover 6 in the NFL by far at 43%, and with those coverages, depending on the route distributions, a lot of the times you're going to have both corners and both safeties occupied down the field, so you're going to be really vulnerable in those underneath zones, and you need linebackers that can keep up with receivers and running backs in man coverage. His pursuit and straight line speed makes him a force defending screen passes or anything underneath within 5 yards. Right here, it's 3rd and 4. The Jets are showing a double mug look with both linebackers lined up in the A gap, and the Giants are running a flat route from the number 3 with the 1 and 2 blocking downfield. When Tyrod Taylor's reading this pre-snap, he has a clear numbers advantage. As long as both of these receivers can at least stalemate their blocks, they've got a pretty good chance of converting this. But at the snap, Quincy Williams basically teleports over to Saquon Barkley. By the time the ball gets there, he's got a full head of steam. Saquon Barkley gets the ball, turns around, he's got Quincy Williams right in his face making the tackle, and then he finishes it off with his signature rip move celebration. On this play from week 1, it's 3rd and 7. The Bills are in a bunch formation, and again, they're running a flat route from the number 3, which is James Cook. Quincy Williams works over the top of all this traffic, catches up with James Cook, lays a big enough hit to keep him short of the first down marker. And then right here, the Eagles are in 3rd and 10. They're running 3 stop routes to the sticks, and then they've got Devontae Smith coming across on a shallow drag. Quincy Williams drops into the hook zone, identifies Devontae Smith coming across the formation, makes a straight line to Devontae Smith and stops him for a gain of about 1. And then love the technique from Robert Saleh here to synchronize this celebration. This was almost the best play on Quincy Williams' tape if he just would have finished the tackle. The Giants are running the exact same play we just talked about, flat route from the 3 with both receivers blocking. This time Quincy Williams is out in the slot, lined up over Wan'Dale Robinson. He recognizes the play that he just saw from a few drives ago, flattens Wan'Dale Robinson, almost makes the 3rd down stop single-handedly, but the receiver's able to get out of the tackle, and there's plenty of Jets players swarming to him. So like I said, quarters-heavy schemes like the Jets and the 49ers are very reliant on having good cover linebackers, and especially when you factor in difficulty of assignment, Quincy Williams has been one of the best cover linebackers in the NFL this year. I mean, he's manning up number 1 receivers. There's not a lot of linebackers that can do that. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and also follow us on all of our social medias. The links to those are in the description. Now, Quincy Williams is very small for an NFL linebacker. He's just under 5'11", 225 pounds, and the issue I always talk about with smaller linebackers is that it's a lot more difficult for them to shed blocks. One-on-one at the point of attack, it's just really hard to anchor and disengage against someone that weighs 100 pounds more than you, but Quincy Williams is able to overcome that disadvantage with great block anticipation and really effective hand usage. He's never caught off guard with blockers climbing to the second level. He keys reads the play so quickly, so he knows exactly where the blocks are coming from, and he knows exactly what he has to do to get around them. Fitting with his celebration, he has a really effective rip move where he picks a side, gets lower than the blocker, dips underneath his hands, and then uses the inside hand to hook the block and pull through. Because he's reading the play so quickly, he knows who's climbing to the second level and what angle they're trying to take, and he's quick and explosive enough to establish position outside one of the shoulders, so he only has to engage with half of the block. And the fact that he's so short and he has really long arms, that just makes his rip move more effective because he's almost always going to be underneath the block. He's also fast enough to just outrun blocks. Right here, the Eagles right guard's climbing to the second level. There's no delay with his play recognition, and he's starting out with inside leverage on the block, so at this point it's just a foot race between him and an offensive lineman, which he's pretty much always going to win. Right here, the Broncos are running a pin pull concept where the tackle on the front side's pulling, the right guard has a down block to the backside, and then the center's trying to climb to Quincy Williams, but he's just too fast for offensive linemen to reach. He's able to get to Jerry Jeudy, force the cutback. This is an example where missed tackle stats can be kind of misleading because I think this would technically get charted as a missed tackle, but ultimately he's having a positive impact on the play because he's forcing the cutback into traffic. And then the last thing to discuss is pass rushing. He's only rushed the passer 22 times, but he has 6 pressures and 2 sacks. The Jets have the 3rd lowest blitz rate in the NFL at 16%. They're more than capable of rushing 4 and creating consistent pressure, so they don't really need to blitz their linebackers that often. And according to PFF, they're the only team in the NFL that hasn't run a single simulated pressure the entire season. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments any NFL players or teams that you'd like me to cover.